Anyway, it's your casual cinema bro, and this is the Casual Cinema Live, and we're talking Supergirl. Yes, let's get to it. Supergirl, if you don't know, is about Kara Zor-El, aka Supergirl. She joins forces with an unlikely companion on an interstellar journey of vengeance and justice. When an unexpected adversary strikes too close to home, people are calling this Mad Max meets True Grit, but are leaving the theaters feeling that it wasn't so true and it wasn't so grit. In fact, they're not liking this movie. This movie is doing not well in the box office. Even the expectations they set for this movie wasn't that high, and now they're being even lowered due to the box office struggles it's having. Now, I'm going to give you my thoughts on this movie. People are treating this movie like it's one of the worst comic book movies ever made. I have to disagree. I don't think this movie is that bad. I think we're being a little hard on this film, in my opinion. I think we're being hard on Supergirl. I thought Supergirl was a fun superhero movie. Millie Alcock did a great job as Kara. Who's this girl right here? Let's get some of these names real quick. Eve Ridley did a great job as Ruthie, and of course, Jason Momoa did a great job as Lobo. I really enjoyed the fights, the CGI, the heat vision in this film. I thought it was great, expanding upon the Kryptonian lore, giving us the different suns and showing how the suns affect Kara in different ways, something we haven't seen in any of the other Superman movies that I can remember on the live screen. So that was pretty awesome. Like I said, this was a fun movie. I enjoyed a lot of the emotional weight it was carrying in terms of Kara dealing with her own traumas and trying to make sure Ruthie doesn't go down the same path she goes down and whatnot. And yeah, I just thought it was a solid movie. I don't think it was Endgame. I don't think it was Infinity Wars, but it wasn't fucking Green Lantern or Thor: Dark World. This was a solid superhero movie. So I'm not sure why it's getting a lot of hate. There are some issues that I will say or concede to. One is the script. While I did enjoy those emotional moments with getting the lore of what happened to Krypton and, Kara dealing with her own traumas of, losing her loved ones and having to start new and carrying all that weight on her, it takes a while to get there. This pacing for this script is so bad. I'm not going to lie. It's an hour and 48 minutes. It shouldn't feel like I'm in a 2 hour film. They have to do better with the next Supergirl if there is a next Supergirl, okay? Also, when I was in the theaters, this movie was just really dark. So tonality, I don't think it really fit. They should have tried to aspire to kind of go with I'm not saying you have to copy the source material word for word, bar for bar, but this movie should at least been as look lighter than what it did. Also, this guy here, Krem, I wanted to like him as the main villain. I think there was potential. He does something that is very, I think is very. I was kind of applauding, not applauding the kill that he made, but like, wow, they actually went there with him in terms of one of the kills, and I wish we got to see more of him. Once again, I think this movie really kind of suffered from not going with the source material exactly. In the comics, we got to see the girls, Kara and Ruthie, go to planet and seeing the destruction that Krem and the brigands were leaving behind and everything, the devastation, and that adding more weight onto Kara's own trauma about her own planet. I think what this movie really struggled with, like I said before, once again, is the script, the pacing, the color, not having a good enough villain. I think really holds this movie back. I can see why people are complaining and why maybe it didn't connect all the way, but I don't think it's as nearly as bad as what people are making it out to be. Anyway, that's just my thoughts on the film. But like I said before, it's doing horrible in the box office. The budget for this film was about 170 million, okay, but they added 130 million for the marketing. So for them to even break even, like I said, they did not go into this movie. I'm not going to say they had low expectations, but they didn't need this movie to be some fucking titan in the box office. They said that, hey, if it breaks even at 300 million, that's a W. The movie's not going to make 300 million. It's about to make 200 million. They have to lower their own expectations. Now, is it all their fault? No. I've been saying this for the longest. Supergirl was sandwiched in between two heavy hitters in the box office, and one being Toy Story 5 came out the week before. Toy Story 5 killed it in the office the same their second week, which would have been Supergirl's first week. And now next week or this Friday, we have the Minions 3 movie. So Supergirl was gonna struggle regardless, and then of course July you have the Odyssey coming out. You have all these other movies coming out, and it was just gonna struggle regardless this summer. I'm not sure why they picked this to be a summer release. So here are the estimations for this its second week, and the second week is about to be third in the second week, only bringing in 12 to 17 million, with Toy Story still killing at week 3, and then of course Minions is about to go in number 1. So it's not doing a good job. So final points, real quick. I know a lot of people are saying this is like the end of DC. DC's failing. DC, it's over. It's over. It's over. Listen, I don't think this is the end of DC. This does hurt. It hurts the trust, I guess, to give DC's kind of giving the viewers for their movies, but I don't think this is the end of DC at all. This is just one movie. Marvel, when they first was starting their cinematic empire, not every movie was fucking a gold mine. There are some movies that hit, there are some movies that didn't hit, and I think that's just one of them. They have next summer, or this fall, you have Clayface coming out, which I think is going to be a very good Halloween movie. It's a DC horror film, and it has a very good director, Mike, or actually very good writer, Mike Flanagan. If you know who Mike Flanagan is, he be running it up on Netflix. Okay, he be running it up on Netflix. Let me see, he did Doctor Sleep, he did The Haunting on Hill House, Midnight Mass. So he's the writer for Clayface. That I think is going to be that good of a movie. And maybe they make up some of the money that they lost from Supergirl with this film here. And if they don't, they also have, yeah, this should look crazy. Look at this nigga's face. They also have next summer Superman Man of Tomorrow, highly anticipated. So I think DC is going to be fine. If you think it's over for DC with this movie right here, you're out of your fucking mind. It might have been a box office blunder, but it's like I said, Supergirl still a solid movie. Not as bad as I think everyone's saying it is and whatnot. So, if you haven't seen it, go see it. Have a good time. Get some popcorn. Like I said, Kara's great, or Millie Alcock is good, and Jason Momoa is awesome. So, that is it there for me.